and we have indigenous. Silence for the start.
They have added Germany.
Of course, now in the buses. In the buses.
Good people, our fellow comrades, if you are the type that loves school funkies, this is your story. If you love the euphoria that comes with school funkies, then this is your story. The story of Brayo. The lyrical master. Brayo was an extraordinary boy, living an ordinary life in BT Senior School. Brayo was famous for two things. One, he was a great investor. He invested all his time, energy, and intelligence in looking for future relatives from our sister school. Makosa! Two, he was a master thief, not of wallets, but of hearts. Yani, he could steal a girl's heart and leave her singing. Worshipped him. They borrowed his lines, used his poetic charms, and begged him to write them letters to our sister school. Those with Bryophobia, on the other hand, simply envied him to the marrow. Bryo was everywhere. History club outing, he was there. Drama club outing, there. CRE club outing, there. Even the scouting club outing, Bryo was there. One fateful day, it was announced that the Geography Club will be going for an academic outing to a Super Girls Senior School. Now, what Super Girls is not like those ordinary schools that can't be found even by Google Maps. No. What Super was the cream de la cream. They spoke English that had British accent with traces of sophistication. They are many. Chicken pie. Meat pie. Mutton pie. Pork pie. Egg pie. Students pie. And any other pie you could think of. Not like our school, where the menu is the African mixed grill. A mixture of maize, beans, and weevil. And if the principal feels philanthropic, RBC, rice, beans, and cabbages. When Brayo had this, his heart dropped. His lungs filled up like a balloon. He said to himself, I must establish a branch of my business at one Super Girls Senior School. But there was a problem. Brayo was not a member of the Geography Club. He didn't even study geography. The only geography he knew was the map of beautiful faces from a Super Girls Senior School. What? He hadn't paid the mandatory 100 shillings for the trip. But as usual, he said to himself, to a Super Girls Senior School, I must go. But the gates of paradise had two obstacles. Obstacle number one, the Geography Club chairman, a boy so strict, he could even stop the mosquito from boarding the bus. When Brayo reached him, he whispered, if you let me in, I will introduce you to Georgina, the most beautiful girl in one super. The chairman's eyes popped, grew to the size of chapati. Get in, he declared. But alas, obstacle number two, the Geography Club patron. The man was a giant. His hands the size of frying pan. His eyes scanned the bus like a CCTV. Kijana, are you a member of the Geography Club? I am one of the strongest members, sir. The patron nodded slowly and returned to his newspaper. Mission accomplished. When the bus finally arrived, Brayo unleashed his full charm, dropping poetic bombs. You are the missing angle of geometry in life. Your smile is like rainfall in my emotional desert. The girls giggled and fluttered like butterflies. He forgot himself. He forgot he was supposed to be undercover. He even started autographing school diaries with yours charmingly, Brayo. a member of the geography club. Brian lips tremble. His tongue retired. His heart performed the national anthem complete with drum solos. Back to the bus. The patron ordered. As he walked away, the girls laughed. Not at his dogs this time, but at his fall. Back at school, Brian barely had time to catch his breath before being summoned to the principal's office. No words were needed. They looked along shouting, "You are finished," for sneaking out of school without permission. His punishment was legendary. Mopped every corridor, from the staff room all the way to the dining hall. Then came the letter of apology. 3 whole pages to Madam Zuri, the guidance and counseling teacher. By the second paragraph, the self-proclaimed king of letter writing, the lyrical master's brain went on strike. When he finally met Madame, she didn't shout or wave the letter at his face. She simply looked up, gave that their teacher look that could melt a stubborn spirit and said, "Brayo, sometimes we clean the floor, but forget to clean our choices." That line hit harder than any slap. In that short counseling session, he realized he was using his sharp mind for flirting instead of purpose. Is that what I came to school for? He suddenly thought, short of punchline. That minute marked his comeback story. That evening, Brayo sat quietly at his desk. The jokes were gone. The noise had faded. He opened his books, sighed. "From today, I'll invest in my future, not my foolishness." Weeks later, the same Brayo who used to chase girls began chasing man. He joined the library, taught his class in English, and even became the new chairman of the debate club. Then came another school outing to a super girl, formerly the stage of temptation. But Brayo, now keeper of the fakir list and guardian of focus, stood tall, dressed in purpose, as he ushered the students onto the bus with a smile playing in his lips. He said, "Go in and make the school proud, for I shall remain behind. My heart now drums steady and loud to the rhythm of exile in mind." His dreams no longer chasing shadows, but chasing the light of tomorrow. I'm going back to my roots. Yeah, 'cause success is all that time. Till we meet again for the same story of Brayo, the lyrical master, narrated by I, Gavin Omondi, and I, Rian Gashigo, a Kiroboni Boys production.
Haya, bila shaka tuwapigie makofi tena, tuwapigie makofi. Wanaingia kwenye jukwaa hivi sasa ni Ndalani.